Guys, you know I love MICROTECH. They have released a new version of the Stitch. You see it there in front of you. You're going to see it some more. This is my first day in pockets on it. And the cool thing about this knife is it has their new lock mechanism called the RAM lock. I said RAM lock, not RAM jam, guys. So we're going to take a look at this first day in pockets right after this. Guys, I have to admit, I have been super excited to see this knife. This is one of my favorite designs from one of my favorite companies, and it is 100% USA made. This is the MICROTECH Stitch, and this is the new release with their RAM lock, as you saw, not RAM jam. This thing is probably one of their best models. It is a very, very comfortable knife. They've done this in a new proprietary steel. It is a variant of M390. They collabed with Bowler to make MICROTECH M390 MICROTECH knives version of this. So it's got a different chemistry to it. I don't know anything about that. I do know that on their statement, they said that it is a variant of M390 that's meant to enhance the edge retention. Speaking of edge, this thing is vicious. This comes down to a very, very thin behind the edge profile. And it is so sharp, like every MICROTECH I've ever had. This Stitch is one of their better designs when you talk about in-hand comfort. You've got beautiful handles, beautiful blade shape, huge big choil with some softer jimping on it in there, which is still functional. That they have done the best job of any company to provide you with jimping that is still functional, but not uncomfortably sharp. You're on it and you get grip. That is so comfortable. I love everything MICROTECH does. The handles on this are done in this, like the desert or coyote brown micarta, or I mean G10, I'm sorry, G10. And you've got, sorry about that. It is G10. I had to check. I didn't want to steer you guys wrong. So you've got this beautiful backspacer. Now, I have not looked a lot of stuff up about this knife. I know they're expensive. I know some stuff about the steel, and I know it has the new lock because this is, like I said, first day in pockets. But this thing is beautifully done. They've done some of their best grind work on this. Really nice and clean. Like I said, super aggressive edge geometry on this. But you've also got this harpoon blade, like frog gigging style blade into that beautifully comfortable handle. All the stitches have been amazingly comfortable. They are a relatively large knife. You're looking at about 8 1/4 on the mat. They feel way bigger than they are because you have so much handle to get a hold of, and then with that big forward choil. Now, I do usually prefer a much closer to 1-to-1 blade to handle ratio, but I love this knife. I love the Stitch. I have for a long time. There's a couple of knives that I do go outside of that 1-to-1. Handles on this, beautifully done. No blade plate. The lock is actually really cool. It's kind of a variant on the Axis lock. I know you guys wanted me to get into the lock. It's kind of a variant on the Axis lock, which means that it's got a lot of that fidgety factor. It's easy to deploy. It is absolutely ambidextrous. I am not a lefty, but you can definitely use this hand, just right or left-handed, and they've done a beautiful job with the buttons on that. Now, don't think that that is a way to deploy the knife. You cannot access that. That is just part of the lock there. It is a very large bar that slides across, and it's a fairly short throw. I mean, you can feel it disengages right there. It is not at all a long throw on that knife, on that lock. So there are some negative things about this that I do have to say that I found first day. We'll talk about that right after you see a real quick spot about Coffee Berry Coffee, this video sponsor. Guys, you guys know I love coffee. I even have my own personalized coffee mug. But did you know that a lot of the coffee companies out there take a lot of the money that you give them that they should be throwing back into the company to make a better product and turn it into activism dollars? Coffee Brand Coffee does not do that. They take no stance politically any direction. They take all the money that they make and try to make a better product. So if you want to support this channel and a company that I absolutely do like the fact that they don't lean either direction politically, check out Coffee Brand Coffee. There's a link down below that will save you 5% at checkout, or you can use the coupon code CrazySharp, all one word, capital C, capital S, Crazy Sharp, all one word. They also have cold brew coffee, teas, and cocos, freshly ground and roasted to order. So check them out, support them, and support this channel. So the thing there's a couple little things about this lock, or about the knife in general. I like the lock and I like the knife. I don't necessarily like them together. I think that this lock would be better on a different knife for me personally. The way I hold it, I don't know if I'm blocking the lock from disengaging when I do that, or if it's just the fact that this style lock, like an Axis lock, has a very soft detent, and I can't generate enough force to flick it. Some people probably can these days with the nerve damage and carpal tunnel I've got going. I just can't get it to do it. The other thing too is the positioning of it. It's in an uncomfortable position for me to disengage and engage the lock. I think on this particular knife, I would absolutely love this to be the original like frame lock or liner lock they had, or a button lock. A button lock on this would be great. A button up here, or like the warning button, the built-in, the pivot lock. That would be cool. But the lock overall is really good. I do like that. Now, the other thing I have to say about this knife, they have a really good pocket clip on this, as you would expect from MICROTECH. Most of their pocket clips are always really good. However, they missed a big shot on this with this being ambidextrous to put a reversible pocket clip on it. Now, I do know that that does not make it as aesthetically pleasing, but you definitely missed out on a chance to appeal to the left-handed crowd, because then they could carry it full lefty. Now, there is something else weird about this knife, and I'm going to show you. As this lock comes across, can you see that little shiny spot right there? That's a high spot, and you can feel it. You guys hear it? It rubs across it, and I'm not sure if that is something that maybe Will wants me to try to remove, but I have noticed there's a little catch in there right at that point. And you can absolutely feel it like that. So other than those things, this knife is absolutely, I love the knife and I like the lock. I think it's just a combination issue for me. So I don't want to get too much into it. I am going to use this knife. I have done a little bit of cutting with it. It's great so far. I do have permission to use this. So you're going to see more about this knife. Maybe some of my little opinions about this will change over time, but we shall see. So let's turn this around, do some final thoughts, and send you out about your day. So yeah, guys, so far, first day in pockets. I have to say that I love the knife and I love the lock. I just don't necessarily like them together. I think that the lock is great. I'm a fan of a well-done Axis style lock. And I'm also a fan of this knife, but I think that the combination of the two of them together while striking, and it can be fun and fidgety in the right hands, is just not a real win for me. But we are going to carry it and we're going to see. I'm not going to give it a bad review because the lock might not allow me to flip it the way I would like, but it would play into my satisfaction had I paid what I guarantee I think I know this cost. So we'll see how the new steel works out. We'll see if I warm up to the combination of lock and everything on this knife, but we shall have to see. So guys, that's it on this one. If you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. That's the best way to support the channel. Other ways you can support the channel, we've talked about them a bunch of times. I got the sponsors. Crazy Sharp is the coupon code. Here is a picture right there for Coffee Brand Coffee. It's built into the link. We are going to have an event on the 22nd of July in Banning, California area, up near Palm Springs. It's turning into a rather large event. There will be more announcements about that, but if you want to get in on that, I will definitely have some more information on that. You hit me up in the comments. There will be a website where you can purchase tickets and lodging and everything. There's several companies that are coming, several well-known knife makers that will be coming, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So I have the Amazon store down below. You can take that, pin it to your browser, use that to do all of your Amazon shopping, and get in and check out my tiers for my membership. It's a lot of fun. It's a community of people that really enjoy each other's company on the Gilded server. I do giveaways to some of the paying members, and the premium guys get a sharpening tutorial series here on YouTube. Guys, that's it on this one. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comment section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I'll see you in the next video.